Hey everyone, it's Dr. Eric, the fitness physician, where I talk about all things related to hormonal fitness, muscle medicine, and cellular medicine. So, going to do a short live train today. This comes up a lot, especially as we're getting into the springtime, right? About how to boost your metabolism and burn some fat. I'm going to give you some top tips. This one is based off a blog article on my website. It's more for men, but it applies to women as well. So, a lot of people are like, "Look, I'm you noticing, they're getting into this time of year, like." Wow, I'm noticing a little extra jiggle, struggling a little extra weight, extra pounds, clothes are a little bit tighter. Anybody out there resonate with this? Let me know, hit me up below and let me know. And I just want to say you're not alone, right? Fat loss is one of my clients' most common challenges. And I've had issues with it. We all have. And this is why I'm motivated to help Nick, because you know me, I'm all about muscle medicine, building up that body, healthy body composition, healthy life, internal and external, to you can live your best, feel your best, and then feel good and help others, right? So when we were younger, oftentimes we didn't have to worry about this, right? I hear about this a lot. We could play outside, run around, didn't have to worry about weight, right? As we get older, things change, right? The body takes longer to recover, things are a little bit sore, weight's harder to lose, harder to bounce back, right? And one of the reasons for this is just metabolic slowdown, right? Our metabolic just slows down as we get older. And this can be battled, though. We can fight this, and this doesn't have to be the case. And it's not always because of this. Oftentimes it's other reasons. As you know me, I'm big on my mantra is just to get out in nature, right? Get back to our youthful prime life, get back to getting outside, fresh air, fresh sun, fresh nutrients, fresh food. We're poisoned, unfortunately. We're trying to fight back against those, trying to keep us down and weak and fat and slovenly and dumb up here, right? We're surrounded by toxins and EMF and nutrient depletion in the soil and propaganda everywhere, and there's no news, etc. And we have to fight back, right? And that's why we want to do this. So this is one of the things I want to do to help you recover and boost the metabolism and fight back against all these things and keep our bodies young, strong, and pliable, keep our brains strong and young, right? So like I said, there's things we can do at any age. We can turn back the clock, so to speak, and slow down the aging process, right? The key is to boost your metabolic rate and improve your metabolism, right? This is how fast your body burns calories, everything you're doing throughout the day, right? Most of the calories we burn are not really from exercise. They're born from normal functioning, our daily activities. This is why NEAT, the non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is so important, to be constantly moving, fidgeting, constantly moving, get up and take breaks throughout the day. Everybody's got time to take breaks. Every 30 to 60 minutes, I tell my clients to get up, move around, do some jumping jacks, squat up and down, just walk, just move around, do some arm circles. Just constant movement is key, right? And the biggest thing by metabolism, we have to look at our hormonal health, and then building up our metabolism with muscle. That's why I practice muscle medicine. Muscle is very metabolically active. So I don't want to focus people on losing weight. We want to build our bodies up, build our muscle, build our metabolism. Then the fat will take care of itself by boosting our metabolic rate, building our muscle mass. That's going to burn more calories throughout the day. It's going to improve our body's ability to handle blood sugar, and we're going to burn off fat without even having to cut calories a lot. Yes, you can do that, but I don't think that's the key. You don't always want to cut, because then your metabolism is going to slow down. So we want to speed up that metabolism. There's a lot of ways that we can do that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So some simple things too. I always focus on the basics, right? Especially sleep and stress. I like my superheroes, the double S, reduce that stress, right? Is one of the most important things you do to optimize your health and fat loss. It's also one of the most difficult, right? Because it takes consistent activity. Short bursts of stress, as you know, are okay, but it's those chronic stressors which are, throughout the day, that are detrimental to our health. Think about too much blue light, poor diet, financial issues, emotional issues, spousal issues, ruminating, thinking what's going on in the world, watching all the BS on the propaganda online everywhere. This can wear us down. So we have to fight back against this. These chronic elevations of our stress hormones like cortisol can actually lead to fat accumulation, especially the dangerous kind, the visceral fat, the kind, especially in the midline here, that belly bulge, right? That's why I was asking about belly fat and love handles, that visceral fat deep underneath the muscle. That's the dangerous kind, because it causes inflammation. These chronic elevations of cortisol can also reduce our body's ability to handle infections. It can reduce immunity, increase our cravings, increase this hormone called ghrelin, makes you want to be hungry for things that's the wrong kind of food, like sugary and fatty foods, which is going to lead to more fat gain. That's not what we want. So stress reduction, it's an entire video and article in and of itself. But you want to think about things you could do on a daily basis. Lifestyle changes, delegation of tasks, taking moments throughout the day to deep breathe, like box breathing or 4-5-7 breathing, which I've talked about before. Everybody can take 30 seconds to take some deep breaths or do some box breathing multiple times throughout the day. This helps a lot. Even just sitting in a quiet room and taking just 10 deep breaths, it can be very helpful. Long walks, Tai Chi, sauna, massage treatments, red light therapy. Walking is great, especially if with your spouse or a friend. You can talk and decompress and think all at the same time and kind of chill your brain. If it's really bad, you can do counseling, like I said, massage, therapy sessions, things like that. But just make sure taking time out of your day to calm down, relax, and do things you enjoy. Read a book, journal, do a brain dump, like I tell everybody, write everything down that's on your mind. Walking, doing art, whatever it is that you do like to do. So exercise, of course, is key, right? This is the most powerful ways to ramp up our metabolism by building muscle. Of course, high intensity interval training can increase your body's energy needs in the short term. You can burn calories faster, and it can ramp up your metabolism to high gear, and you get kind of an afterburn effect after the fact. And of course, the biggest thing is strength training, building out that muscle mass. Weight training challenges your muscles and actually creates little tears in the muscle that when you heal, your body's going to rebuild that muscle. So when you do eat, you're going to do what's called partitioning. You're going to build up that muscle. So instead, the food going to your fat is going to go to your muscle. So you spend a lot of energy to repair the damage to your muscles. That's why it's so important. So when you repair your muscles, your body increases the size of the existing muscle fibers and builds new fibers. So this increases the size and strength and functionality of the muscles. And these more functional muscles have basically they're harder to maintain. It takes more energy to maintain. It costs the body a lot of energy to build and maintain that. So you're doing this partitioning, you're going to build up that muscle mass. Muscle is also the most, as I mentioned before, is an active endocrine organ. It consumes and metabolizes glucose, can improve your body's ability to handle this, improve insulin sensitivity, and it can improve your body's ability to basically store what you eat in muscle and fat, like I just mentioned, right? And muscles also secrete these chemical messengers called myokines. I've talked about this as well. And these have far-reaching effects on the body. They're basically like cytokines, like little cellular, little messenger molecules that float around the body, and they can do many things for your health. They can improve your bone health, your brain health, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce your appetite, improve digestion, enhance your mood, and so much more. That's why it's important. It's not just about looking good. These myokines have an effect all throughout the body, just like your hormones. They can enhance everything in terms of your health. So the more muscle mass you have, the higher your resting metabolic rate, the more fat you burn, and the healthier you'll be. That's why it's so important. And ladies, this is for you too. Yes, it's so important to put on muscle, and you're not going to get big and bulky. I'm always dispelling that myth. You just can't do it unless you're taking, anabolic steroids and massive doses of things like that, which most of my clients, of course, are not doing. So you can build a nice toned, lean physique and burn off that fat by building muscle. Next one is protein intake, right? Eating can actually give you a short-term boost in your metabolism. It's called the thermic effect of food. This is the energy your body burns in order to digest the food that you eat. Protein increases your metabolism at a much greater rate than other foods that you eat, up to 30% compared to fat, which is like less than 3%. Carbohydrates are higher too, 10 to 15%. So higher protein foods and actually higher carbohydrate intake, especially the right kind of carbohydrates, very beneficial for fat burning. So you want to have a balanced diet and stick to the macronutrient ratio that's best for you. But the biggest thing is you want to eliminate, things like trans fats, seed oils, refined sugars, and balance out your fats. Some people do better on lower fat versus higher fat. I'm a big fan of more higher protein, higher carbohydrate, and less fat. I feel I do better than that. And again, protein and carbohydrates burn more fuel than anything else. So doing it this way, you're going to definitely partition and you're going to burn a lot more fat. Some people like lower carb and higher fat, and that's okay if that works for you, but just monitor your composition, how you feel, monitor your lipids, your cholesterol, all your biomarkers, your blood work, and see if it actually works or not. Because a lot of people don't do well with this long term. It's good to rotate things out. Next one is hydration. Some studies show that drinking cold water can increase metabolism and assist with weight loss. Granted, maybe not a big effect, but every little bit helps, right? Hydration in general, though, however, facilitates optimal cellular function. And as you know, I talk about cellular health. This would properly by fueling your cells and keeping them properly hydrated can now allow your cells to burn fuel and fat at an optimal rate. So allow them to perform properly. When they're not hydrated, they shrink, they're not performing properly, and they're going to get kind of clogged up, and it's just not going to work. It's an oversimplified rationale, but it's a good analogy, good thing to prep think in your brain about how it works, right? Proper hydration also can help improve fatigue, enhances your training, and helps your body to remove toxins. A lot of time it helps with appetite too. A lot of people think they're hungry and they're actually just thirsty. A lot of times just people wait and they're dehydrated, and actually drinking some water will feel better. I also use water sometimes as a preload before a meal if you're really trying to cut weight, so you can still eat. You're not going to eat quite as much. You're going to give yourself a little bit of a caloric deficit by hydrating ahead of time. You're still going to get what you need, but just a slight 10-15% drop in calories, then you're going to get your drop in weight over time. Cold water can, again, can affect your body temperature, and therefore your body's going to fire up metabolism to warm you back up, and this is going to burn more calories. A lot of people advocate drinking ice cold water throughout the day, and some studies have indicated it can drop some calories. This, again, it's not a huge amount. Some people say it's not even worth your doing, but 10 calories here, 20 calories there, moving throughout the day, supplements, fidgeting, cold water, all these little things add up. So sometimes it's about these little micro steps, and they all add up over time very consistently. As an added benefit, water can, like I said, can help you lose weight and burn fat, especially if you replace sugar drinks to other things that you're not supposed to be drinking, which is cold water, right? So intermittent fasting is another one that, of course, has been hugely popular in the last couple of years. Long-term fasting, however, can slow your metabolism. So I think it's been overdone a little bit. A lot of people are fasting way too much. However, intermittent fasting, where you're just restricting eating to only a certain time throughout the day, can boost your metabolism. And it does that by giving your digestive system a break and puts the energy into other functions like building muscle and repairing tissue. It has other benefits like balancing hormones, improving autophagy, or your body's ability to clean up old dead cells, improving cellular function, and helping with fat breakdown. improving growth hormone levels, which can help grow and preserve lean body mass, reducing blood sugar, and reducing inflammation. Remember, when we're eating, we're doing things, our insulin's, if we're eating all the time, then our gut's not getting a break. Insulin levels are constantly elevated, and this is leading to a problem with fat storage, right? So that's why you want to break up your meals, give your body time to heal, give your hormones, your ghrelin, your insulin time to compensate so you can burn fat. So you're constantly, storing and burning fat, eating when you're not eating. So you want to balance this out throughout the day. So some of the easiest way to do this are just simple, what everybody knows about time restricted eating, where you only eat throughout the day, like a 16-8 or 26, where you're eating, fasting for 16 hours, eating for 8, right? And you're sleeping through most of that. You can do alternate meal consumption, where you skip one meal a day, where you do 5-2 fasting, where you normally eat for 5 days a week, and then on 2 non-consecutive days, you eat very little, like maybe 500 or 600 calories. Some people do a 24-hour or even a 48-hour fast. That's fine, but maybe just once a month. I know a lot of people are doing these long fasts, like multiple days a week. And I feel that, sometimes that can be good for a short-term burst, but I don't think that's good long-term, because that can lead to some problems down the road. And some studies are indicating these long-term, long fasts are actually causing metabolic disruption. So I think it can be overdone. Maybe if you're really trying to jumpstart weight loss for the first month, but after that, maybe once a month and that's it. Or just do time-restricted feeding several days a week or up to 5 days a week. And some people just don't fast at all. And that's fine. If you're doing everything else I'm talked about, you don't necessarily need it, but it's just another tool in the toolbox. Sleep, as I mentioned, the double S, right? The number of factors that can influence your health, and sleep is huge. And again, this is a topic in and of itself. So again, when you're sleeping, your body builds muscles, it boosts growth hormone, and it's recovering, right? You're improving your brain function, you're healing in your brain, you're healing in your body. It recovers, it performs memory consolidation so you don't forget everything you learned that day, right? And it also detoxifies, right? This is when your body's detoxing your brain, your body. So it's important not to shortchange this. Plenty of research is connected sleep to weight loss, right? A lot of people think that our bodies are less active, but our body is very active when we sleep, and all that activity requires energy. There's also research that connects insomnia with weight gain and obesity. One reason is that because sleep helps modulate neuroendocrine function, basically how well your hormonal system works. And the less effective your endocrine system is working, this alters blood sugar, glucose metabolism, how your blood sugar is turned into energy. And lack of sleep and can also decrease insulin sensitivity, decreases leptin, which is controls satiety and appetite, and increases cortisol and ghrelin, which increases hunger, fat gain, and cravings. So by sleeping well, you're going to not have those cravings. Your blood sugar, your hormones are going to be in check. Your growth hormone is going to be optimized, which is going to help you with body composition. You're going to recover, you're going to detox, and you're just going to feel darn bad. Everybody knows this, but it's important to go to bed at the same time every night, get up at the same time, turn off all the electronics, the Wi-Fi, the blue light. Like I said, get away from the artificial stuff at least an hour or two before bed, or at least wear blue blockers, use red lights, really decompress, read, chill, take a bath, take a hot shower, run your hands under hot water. Some people do better with cold showers before bed. Magnesium is great at night. Magnesium oils, oral magnesium can help kind of promote relaxation. I'm a big fan of natural products like theanine and phosphatidylserine, which can reduce stress and help you to sleep better. A lot of my women are doing progesterone because they need it, because they're in perimenopause or menopause, and this is also great for facilitating sleep. And the last step is just get your evaluation, right? Get your blood work, get your hormonal evaluation done, and talk to an expert like myself or one of my colleagues who can evaluate your hormones, evaluate your neurotransmitters, look at your gut health, look at your genetics, and get everything in line. This is often the missing piece. If you have a hormonal deficiency, a nutrient deficiency, or something that's not clicking, you can be doing everything else I mentioned, and you're not going to be doing it. And so it's extremely important. In summary, the body is a very complex system, and I deal with this every day as a physician. And there are simple habits we can all do on a regular basis to optimize our health. So these tips above are a great starting point, so you could utilize them to build your metabolism, not just focus on losing, but building up the metabolism, building your energy up, building your body, shaping your body the way you want. You want a superhero body and a physique, and that's what I want for all of you. We're all different. Everybody has different needs and courses. And so, of course, everyone should exercise, eat well, manage stress, get enough sleep. But some people need additional programs that's tailored particularly to their unique biology. Some may need hormone therapy, some may need peptide therapy, and others may need a complete dietary and lifestyle overhaul. So focus on the recommendations here and to help you with this. And if you're struggling, consider finding an approach specific to your body and working with someone like myself. I offer precise and individualized cellular medicine solutions specific for you based on your genetics, lifestyle, and body chemistry. Cookie cutter and generic health advice just isn't enough to help you achieve your goals. So reach out to me and set up a one-on-one consultation just to take your health performance to the next level. Check me out on drericprimex.com or hit me up on social media below. Everyone have a great day. Enjoy, live great, live prime. Thanks.